that's okay. Cause once you hear my poppin', you're gonna walk this way. Now I sound different, nothing quite like the rest, which indicates to all you industry insiders.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition, to another installment of the hashtag Fade to Black. I am your host, Donnell Lamonte Morris. I know I've been gone. First of all, let me turn this down real quick. I'm not going to be in here for long. I know I said watch party. There's not going to be a watch party. I want to apologize. I need to watch out what I text. I have not had an issue with that in a while. Look at that. If you want to support the show, Venmo, but I need to put the Venmo out first. But other than that, I'm not going to be on here too long. I want to tell y'all that for the past 2 months, I've been doing some other things. I'm catching up, work at my unit. And so, oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while since this man came on. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Beast Johnson.
Dog. What's good? What's up?
Hey, what's good, man? I
know I'm on my Nickelback right now. I'm on my Nickelback. It's been a while. Oh no, sorry. That's Stained.
Same here, man. It's been I think it's about 2 weeks since I did a show doing some other things. But I want to show you something, man. For anybody, I be telling Beast about the show Filthy, and I've been like, yo, man, when y'all about to start Filthy back up again? They already got a couple episodes. So I want y'all to go check it out.
So what you drop right there?
Hold on, let me see it. Hold up. It's not even showing up on it. My computer's stupid. Hold up.
Okay, I see it right there. It popped up real quick on my end.
Oh, you see it? Yeah, I just couldn't see it on mine, but if you can see it, that's good. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, tune in to Filthy. Just look up Sky Zone Society. Sky Zone Society on not Facebook, on YouTube. You can look it up on Facebook too. Sky Zone
Facebook,
Society,
YouTube, all major social, like a good game member, you gotta put your tag everywhere.
Yeah, and so y'all need to watch this show. I don't even like cop shows like CSI and all this stuff. This right here is something else. I fell in love with the show when I first saw it. Beast told me about it, and it was just great. So, how many episodes do you have there now? I'm sound like a person just new to it, even though I know everything about it.
As of for this season, I think we have 3. I know we have 3 already out, if not currently out and ready to drop. Because kind of the way we actually shoot shit is, I like it because even there's a lot of mystery and ambiguousness and ambiguity. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Too, it's like we as the actors only know so much. Even in the structure that is presented to us, the way it's structured for us to learn it is not often how it's presented in the end game. So a lot of times it's presented where we end up actually recording and filming scenes and parts for future episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of end up getting tied in later on. So I always feel funny with folk that are actually fans kind of ask me questions like, man, I can only tell you just go check it out because what's out is what's out. And I'm one of the first people to know when anything is about to drop, so I can verify and say, if you're interested, if you already know about it, if you're curious and intrigued, Filthy. That's the name of the show. I played one of the officers, if I could use that term very loosely. The best way I could describe it is like almost like a dirtier version of 48 Hours, but with the odd couple because they both cops. Like if Starsky and Hutch couldn't fucking stand each other.
Right.
If Will and Martin and Bad Boys really were fucking bad boys to the point where it's like, I don't fuck with you, nigga, but I respect you.
Right. Because what I get from your boy's character, who actually is the owner of Skies on the Side, of which we're happy that he's been
as well as a sponsor to the Web Network.
Roger that. And so his character intrigues me a lot because he's a dirty cop, got a lot riding on not only just on his career but his life, because and him just doing all these things, and then he's trying to figure your character out, like where do you stand and all that stuff. But your character is basically doing his job but has a past. And so
my character, oddly enough, is actually me. Like, if I were to actually be a law enforcement agent, that's pretty much how it would be.
Right.
Like, that is,
yeah.
Because he actually wrote it, like when he gave me the character, he's like, it's pretty much just you. And as I'm reading this shit, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty much would be me. This is conversations I've had with other folk. I haven't had these type of conversations with him, or like folk that will probably relay that message. So it's funny that he still had that same kind of perceptive eye that I kind of see in myself when it comes to that. So the dynamic is like, it's very yin and yang.
Right.
It's like the one, the loudest and the quietest.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who's really worse?
Right.
The one that you see and hear every time, or the one that just be saying shit, but it's just unnerving. It's just off.
Yeah. Because your character looks like, it's like the first episode. The first episode you came in dressed up and all that, and dude just sitting there just scolding you for absolutely no reason. Like, yes, sir. No, sir. Like, when I bump into people like that, that make me nervous. It will have me not feeling warm and fuzzy, because you be like, you're not doing something wrong. It's like this is your first day and you coming at this person, or even if they do something wrong and they saying yes sir, yes ma'am, and just walk away.
It's certain, when I say this is actually me, when you like say that shit, like, there's certain phrases that my lady don't like to hear from me, and it don't sound bad. Like, I don't be like, all right, bitch. I say some shit like, duly noted.
Right.
What? No. Duly noted. Okay. Cool. Understood. Duly noted. But when I say that shit to her, and females that have been around me enough, or anybody in general, they know, all right, this nigga about to do some fuck shit. Like, I'm not gonna like the way this, whatever I said to get that response is not gonna work out in my favor. And I've just pretty much let them know that. Oh, is this what you want?
Right. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go ahead and give the people a taste of the show. I remember it was a couple of times I actually showed the show actually on here, but let's go ahead and show the new episode.
Because I don't see the shit till it's dropped. Like, I honestly don't see it till I see it when y'all see it. So I'm always intrigued how the shit turned out in the damn show. And I'm in the motherfuckers. That's tell you something.
Right. That's it. Yeah, that's it a lot. So let's see. I know it's more episodes.
My half of this session is brought to you by Christian Brothers. And thank the good Lord, it's very serendipitous that I'm out here, because I've been working 2 jobs. So actually, I'm supposed to be at work, but it just worked out that way.
But
so one time for the one time.
I want you to tell people not only were you working on Filthy. You also been doing some touring too as well, and I'm gonna let you have the floor on that one. So how's that been?
Man, like anybody that's actually had to go out here to shows, whether local adjacent, or crossing state lines, it's our ebb and flow to it. And no matter how it come out, it always works out in your favor as long as you upfront and sincere about the shit. I go into every music situation, don't really give a fuck how long it lasts. I'm just happy it's here. Make the most of it. Network. Build. Get, diversify. Add on. You just hustle. And that's really what I've been doing. Just parlaying music events into a security gig, which gives me more access and leeway and wiggle room to really invest in my craft and get my craft and my brand out within this industry.
Gotcha. All right. So
it helps build my brand.
Yeah, so I'm looking through the. Here we go.
Now, I did send you something right before coming on. Hope you got a chance to hear it.
Yes, you sent me your sound clip. Oh, here we go. Took me a while to find the latest episode.
What's the latest episode? Oh yeah.
Right,
oh yeah, shit about to go left.
Well, what's up?
Oh no, you just asked me. I was like, shit, what's the next episode? Oh yeah.
Gotcha. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we are talking about right here. Let me go ahead and screen share. Y'all know me.
I'm talking. I'm rapping, but
yeah.
Nonetheless.
Let me see. I didn't click that, but screen share. All right. So here is their last episode that they did. So I'll give you a little taste of what.
That's a picture you too. I like that.
Let me explain something to you, bro. I ain't got to be around for my uncle to get justice. Real street justice. It's the beauty of it. Things can happen, and I ain't got to be around to hear or see about the verse.
Sorry about that. My internet's acting crazy right now. Forgive me.
Message.
Yeah, no. Hold up. Let me take this off the screen once my internet starts working. But yeah, that is where was that scene? That was
in that scene, the situation at the time is a revenge plot coupled with a RICO style case investigation on the part of Rooftop, aka Big V, Sky Zone Society, a welcome sponsor. And he is explaining to my character in so many ways in uncertain terms. Fuck the law, I'm gonna get my justice. That's the only reason I involved the law in the first place.
Right.
So fuck with the captain talking.
That's what makes his
fuck with you talking. I'ma do me, and I'm gonna make sure me and mine is good. And I don't really give a fuck about nothing else.
You know, the crazy thing about the captain who plays the captain is like I want to hate her, but at the same time I don't, because she keeps him in check. Well, his character in check, but then use your character to basically just snitch on him and spy on him, and you give back all the information to her. and it seemed like she was just playing puppet master. But for some reason,
the
your
thing
character
about
is
my
doing it
character is I got my own reasons for why I'm in this position as Darkman, but it's the known unknown factor about my character that has me in that position. Because it's like I sound and work and move in a certain fashion, but the way I carry myself and look allows me to move within multiple circles. So it's the whole thing of the captain looks at my character like, this motherfucker could possibly be crazier and crazy enough to keep this nigga Rooftop in check. And that's by physical means. And he realizes there's a reason why he fuck with me, but there's also a reason why the captain chose me to be with him, aside from what is being told to him. And that's the whole thing about my character. Everybody trying to really figure out what the fuck is up with me.
Well, damn. But speaking of that, we also got our sponsors too, and that is Cheddar Boy Popcorn. We like
Cheddar Boy.
To extend our birth wishes to Mrs. Cheddar Boy, Miss Jones. She had a birthday recently, and if she's watching Jamal right now, I would like to wish you once again a very happy birthday. I know Mr. Jones probably wined and dined you for your birthday and all that great stuff, but from everybody here,
if he didn't,
from the Wet Network,
if he didn't do this for you,
happy birthday.
Allow me to do it in the most sincere and respectful way. Happy birthday, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. Happy birthday, Miss Jones. Respectfully, Mr. Jones.
Yeah. Yeah, happy birthday from us here from the Wet Network, and also hashtag Fade to Black. Happy birthday. And also we got updates too as well. And then we're gonna go back to the things you've been doing, Beast. Teach is back in the States, ladies and gentlemen. She came back well and swell. Her event that she had in Cameroon with our old panelist,
Brother Mayo.
I can't believe. Yeah, hold on. Seepaway. I'm sorry, Seepaway. I don't know why I would break down your name, Seepaway, but yeah, Seepaway and Teach collaborated at one of Teach's events, which was great. And I heard that it went with a bang, and that freaking when Seepaway was there, it felt like Teach said it was like the Beatles. You know, all the women was throwing themselves at him, and the crowds were going crazy.
But respectfully, like those two are the Beyonce and Jay-Z representatives for Fade to Black. Just the level of love and acceptance and favor that Mother Africa has blessed upon them from their initial point is just, it blows my mind. It excites me. It motivates me to get my shit together because I'm like, I want to be that. Like, I want to fuck around and find out I'm the descendant to a lost tribe, or I'm like the blood descendant of a great king. What? Let me find out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find out I come from Mandinka or Zulu blood. Oh, that explains so much.
And so for Teach doing all that and for that event to go great and having Sleepaway there to have the icing on the cake, that is great. That is wonderful. And she always should be appreciated. Yeah. She should always be appreciated. She should be applauded, as well as Sleepaway, who was doing his thing out there for his country of Guinea-Bissau. So putting that putting Guinea-Bissau on the map. So you gotta think about those things, man. And it's just great to have both of those powerhouses coming over there and collaborating and hearing great things. And we can't wait to have Teach come back. Sleepaway can't wait till he show his face up on this show, which will also be great too as well. But going back to what you was doing, Beast, what other things you have lined up? Definitely with that event that you got going on. What are your tour dates? I think is the biggest question.
Well, right now we're starting off. Me personally, I'm just kind of setting up all tour things for the start of the year. As of right now, I've just pretty much been doing feature work at the performances, just to keep my face out there, keep the ring rust off of me. But I've actually been stepping into a new venture and start doing production. So I'm actually I can honestly say I'm wholeheartedly making music from the musical composition to the vocal arrangements. And I've been getting good responses from folk that already done put their work in.
Well, that's good. And speaking of that, Beast, we're going to listen to your soundbite. Let me go ahead and take this.
Oh shit!
This screen share off. Oh.
Sorry, which one you
yeah, we're gonna listen to some of Beast.
You talking about the ones I just sent you?
Yeah. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
So we want to listen to. Hopefully everybody can hear it. Here we go.
Play the first one, the 357.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the first one.
I believe that's the right one. Like when I tell you I've been gone, but I ain't been lazy. Just get myself back right while actually investing in myself, which is something I definitely plead and beg for everybody to do. Oh, sorry. This is America. You can get money off everything. Not anything, everything.
Yeah.
You do it, somebody fuck with it. See if they fuck with enough to put some money on. You never know what it takes, man. See if they fuck with enough to put some money on. See what we got.
Hopefully y'all can hear it. Hopefully y'all can hear it. Hopefully y'all can hear it.
So I'm about to have some tech issues on my end. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Is it playing? Because I can hear it on your end. We good? Oh, this bad actually listen to it. Oh wow.
So hopefully, were you able to hear that? Because I know it's going to be different from my headphones and what people can hear out through here. Were you able to hear it?
I was like able to hear it like it was played through the headphones.
No. Ooh, I got them.
I could hear it, but faintly on my end.
Okay.
That's like for a second I thought you was just bumping it to yourself. I was like, oh shit, he's just gonna vibe out. He said respectfully, fuck the show. I gotta listen to this shit first.
Yeah. Shoot. If you think you could what I want to start doing too, ladies and gentlemen, not only just because for Beats, but for everybody. Before I start the show, y'all know I do like we'll be starting soon. I'll be playing background music. I want to start having music, for people to listen to.
I think what he's trying to say from a business standpoint, from a pitch standpoint,
right?
For all you black musical production aficionados, whatever production that you have that you would like to showcase at any given moment, feel free to bring it our way. Especially if you have things of that manner, or if you just want to use us as a way to create and master that particular asset and facet of production. Feel free to bring it to us.
Yeah.
We'll play it. We'll make sure you get your just due and credit for it.
Too easy. So I just got an email from one of our owners. They already know who he is. Will. He said that he is gonna be on the stream soon. So can't wait to have him. Can't wait to have him on. He's done a lot with this app. I'm actually watching the game on the app. So if you see me like looking down, not only I'm looking down for the game, I'm also looking down at the content that we're showing to on here right now. But Beast, it is so great to have you on the show. It's great to have you back.
I'm happy I actually got this moment. Like it took me a minute to realize I saw the message. I was like, hold on, what time is it? What day is it? Oh shit, I'm actually home. And I can actually be on the podcast. Fuck, I'm about to hop on. It's been so goddamn long. Actually being up and cognitive and conscious to say, yo, I can do this shit. While I've been gone, I've been working a maximum of 3 jobs, 7 days a week straight, while moving from my house back to my old neighborhood due to structural issues with the home. So down to currently working a 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift, then a 5 p.m. to 3 a.m. shift.
Okay. Hey, have you checked
I'm gonna
out
get this money, goddamn.
I don't blame you. Have you checked out the Wet Network yet?
I've been able to check it out briefly. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start.
And we need that content, people. Like,
yes.
We doing what the fuck we need to on our end. That's why we've been quiet about it. We made sure we had a structured database and system to put your shit out there.
Yeah. We already got the app and he already got the radio station ready. So I told him, hold off on that. We just can't put it all up in there.
We doing what we need to do.
So
I understand
also,
that we may not talk about it a whole lot now, but that's because we focus.
yeah.
We're in
So
troubleshooting stages.
that's what we got at the bottom right here, the Wet Network. Join now. Let me go ahead and put out the link. Here we go. Copy and paste that link, and we will have you on. And for content creators, you can still use this invitation link. And once you're in, then you can message us. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Then you can message us, and then we can then we can put in give you the content creator link so you can make your own page. But you know what? Let's get into some stories. Let's catch up. What do you think about what's going on with Mr. Kanye West?
Hey, it don't surprise me, but I have to remind people and inform them that I'm a functional. I have ADHD that's hyper focused, coupled with antisocial personality, which is just basically functional sociopathy. So yeah, I'm really not the best person to critique it because to a certain degree I do kind of understand the method to the madness. I can't say I understand the actions, but it's somebody that does things oddly before a specific purpose, and it all kind of comes into place when it needs to. I can just say he know what the fuck he doing. Whatever y'all feel, he know exactly what the fuck he doing. And in all honesty, he's an insane genius.
Oh, you think he's a genius?
There's a thin line and a tightrope wire between true genius and insanity. The only difference is the shit the genius says actually makes sense in the real world versus the insane person. That's the only difference. That and the genius usually has some kind of paperwork and reference trail to work with. So no matter how crazy it sounds, he's got a couple different references he can pull out his ass that put together, be like, okay, I kind of see where you're going. Versus the same person like, nigga, I need to buy what you smoking. That's kind of the difference. And he walks that line every day with his comments. The end game, I wish I could say I was privy enough to understand him to get that kind of insight on, but whatever the fuck he got planned for the long run, trust all this shit is actually going to be in his favor. At some point, something is going to happen in reference to him that's going to put all this shit now in new light and new context. And it may not even be something that's directly attributed or associated or connected to Kanye, but rather the notorious notoriety and notable moments of negativity that now have a new light shined on them. Like, well, kind of like Jerry Jones. Everybody thought he wasn't racist to that picture. Now you got a double take. But if you grew up in the South, you ain't fucking surprised.
Yeah. No, he's from Arkansas.
Yeah, I tell folks straight up, I'm not surprised because I grew up seeing that picture in history books.
Mm-hmm.
I actually remember that fucking picture. I was like, oh shit, that was Jerry Jones? Now look at it again. Damn, that was Jerry Jones. Look at them like I know that boy my whole life. Goddamn, that was Jerry Jones. Oh well.
All right, for me, for Kanye West, I think he's just, I won't say he's batshit crazy. I'm not gonna say that, but I believe he's on the deep end.
Easy come.
Yeah, I think Kanye. Now I agree with you when you said that he knows what he's doing. Kanye knows exactly what he's doing, but
Mhm.
I guarantee he didn't realize the backlash that he's going to be getting for these comments. And I just think
He knew
Kanye,
exactly what he was doing. No, and that's what I mean when I say he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing.
yeah, because he got the backlash from the Jewish community, which for me,
It's only backlash if you are actually personally affected on an emotional level. Because mentally you could pull through. But once your feelings get involved in some shit, your heart get involved in some shit, it take a little more time.
because my thing is with my thing with Kanye when he came at the Jewish community, and then you had a lot of black people that sitting there saying, "Well, we're all Jews," and I'm sitting there saying, "Y'all never practice Judaism. You never practice it. Hanukkah. Do you have any kosher food up in your cabin? All that stuff."
Well, truth be told, the subconscious sociological reason why black folk don't practice Judaism by the worldly acknowledgement and understanding of the religion and its practices is because it's almost solely attributed to Jewish people. So if you are of the school of thought that you are a true Jew, not a Jewish person, those practices of acknowledged Judaism seem almost false.
Yeah, I understand that point, but at the same time, you will have your generations tell you that. Like, for example,
True.
like I'm gonna use Tina Turner for example. So, like, it's a show where I forgot the damn dude's name. It's a brother. It's this show where he actually showed the celebrities, whoever there is, like their ancestry back in the day. So,
Okay.
so Tina Turner was on the show, and she found out through an old deed. This guy went way back in the day and found a deed from one of her ancestors for land in
Oh,
Tennessee
he
that
pulled
she
up print
owned.
work. Fuck paperwork.
Yeah,
That nigga pulled up print work.
I think it was like 12 acres
That's
of land.
hand.
Yeah,
That's hand drawn paperwork. It's
yeah.
print work, goddamn it.
Mhm. So she
That's
owns
due
12 acres.
diligence.
Yeah. She owns 12 acres of land in Tennessee because of that deed from her ancestors.
Well,
And then
won't he do
also,
it?
yeah, I know. And then she found out that because her mom said that she was mixed with Cherokee because of her hair. Her hair was like a goldish, like gold, and then she got light skin.
Off
She
black
wasn't like
tint,
dark.
off black
Yeah,
tint and texture.
yeah, like a Pam. I'm gonna use Pam Grier, like a Pam Grier color. Now Pam Grier, she's from Cherokee because of her nose,
I'm
her
sorry.
skin color, and her hair. Yeah, I know Pam. Ooh, Pam Grier's so fine. She's still fine even at this age. But Pam Grier, she is half black and half Cherokee. Come to find out, Tina Turner she never had Indian in her. I think she had, sheesh. I'm trying to figure out what she had something else. I think I could be lying, but she had Persian. Yeah, she had Persian mixed with her. And they said
I can
that's why.
honestly see that though.
Yeah, because of her hair. Her hair was
Nah, her nose,
I think
her T zone,
tell you the truth, I think
her
her
T zone.
no, yeah, I think it's her nose.
Like the
Honestly.
what the artist called the T zone, right up here, the eyes and the nose. So like that whole from your eyebrow to your top of your lip. This whole area right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that show. But the reason why I mentioned that is, see, Tina Turner was always taught that she was part Cherokee until they actually did the lineage on her family, and come to find out she ain't had Cherokee in her at all. So, for when you have like when the Kyrie, so I won't bring both of those together because I gave the energy to both gentlemen, but for Kyrie, how his stuff is being dragged on, as much as Kyrie put himself in that situation, they don't need.
He ain't put himself in no situation. Like I'm gonna be honest with you, he ain't put himself in no situation. All the fuck he did was give a review. At least he gave an honest review. Hey, it's some shit I checked out. He basically said, hey, it's some shit I watched. It sparked thought. You should check it out. I will admit, not everything is factual. Some shit is, questionable. But the overall thing is to spark thought.
Yeah,
but actual, self-analyzing. So he could have worded it better, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's all the fuck you really did. You never claimed. They got mad because the link sent them to a link and it opened up, and the first thing they saw was Hebrew and Negro.
Yeah, it was a documentary.
Like that's why y'all motherfuckers is mad. Y'all not mad at Kyrie because he never said the shit. I seen the fucking tweet. He just sent out the fucking link. He never gave no affiliation or true opinion and stand when it came to that particular documentary.
Right. So here's
he just said, "Hey, check the shit out."
Right. But here's my issue. You okay? So you know what situation that you're in when you do that. Now I understand. Like he could have just put up there, like, y'all, here you go, see for yourself. But that's
pretty much what he did.
Yeah. I mean, in hindsight, 2020, yeah.
In hindsight, it's basically what it's digital. It's a digital footprint. That's basically what the fuck he did. He never gave no stance on it. He never said, "Yo, I believe this shit. I endorse this shit." He said, "Yo, check it out."
But
some shit right, some shit wrong.
But here's the thing. Look at the room he's in. Let's be honest. Let's be clear. Let's be for real. He was in hot water before. He was in hot water when he set out of the bubble for the Black Lives Matter. He for the vaccine where he said he wasn't going to take it, and they only time he played. I think he only played when he went. I think when they came back home or went on the road, something like that. He was already a marked man. So anybody,
they'd have hated my black ass nigga. I didn't look here. Since we talking about the shot, I'm going to put this on record. Since the inception of COVID, the entire pandemic, I have never been once vaccinated, and I have been around multiple cases of infections, all the way up to actual COVID death. And I have not once tested positive, false negative, none of that shit. And I've not taken the vaccine. I don't take most pharmaceuticals unless I have to. I know my fucking body, and I make sure I'm good.
And then the thing is, because nobody ain't gonna cough near you because you're gonna give him that look like.
Right, number one, I hit you with this real quick, but if I feel like it's one of those, a quick cough about, you got some cough in your throat, try to clear yourself. But if you got one that was like, like you gonna breathe a couple times, I'm about to walk the fuck away.
Yeah,
I do that normally. Just because that's just respectful and hell, just like you said, I'm gonna look at you fucking stupid.
Right. Like you don't see
I'm
me.
Gonna look at you, especially if I'm close to you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, my nigga.
Right. And so going back to the Kyrie thing, Kyrie knew what environment he was in. Now, for all of us, we will understand that. For me, I'm like, dude, why did you do that? Why did you just post something? You could post something. Just let's say he posted out that whole entire poster on his site.
Somebody had looked at it.
Right. And so
somebody has to be the contrarian.
And that's why I was mad at Kyrie, because Kyrie, you already got a target on your back.
I'm
When
not.
you sit there, I mean, when you sit there,
Which
you
makes
put
it
that,
even more perfect for somebody as somebody that says so much wild shit that I've been misquoted and I can't honestly deny it. So if I say anything, I'll catch that. I go into that knowing that wholeheartedly, whether that's the intent or not. With Kyrie, like I said, there has to be a contrary to every situation. There has to be a salmon. Someone has to go against the flow
yeah,
at every moment, at every time, on every level. It was Kaepernick for football. It's Kyrie for basketball.
right. And what happened
Because
to
if that
Kyrie?
shit was really like for real, if that shit was really that fucking deep, with the level of scrutiny and anal retentiveness that the social construct of the internet has, that rivals and surpasses the government in many cases when it comes to finding fucking information and getting down knowing what the fuck going on. If it was really that fucking serious and really that goddamn deep, oh, this nigga fuck crucified, he would be impaled. They would have went Ving Rhames Pulp Fiction. I'm about to go medieval on your ass.
But yeah, but even with all that being
They
said,
they would have butt broke that boy. We gonna make an example of this one.
well, they almost did. Let's be clear for real.
They
They
played it.
almost,
They
yeah,
feigned. They
they
feigned.
they
They
almost did.
alluded that they alluded the option.
Right. They almost did, but like I said, I was more pissed that Kyrie put himself out there again with that, knowing that he's going to get the backlash. Like, for example, me being in the military. If the military sit there and say, well, Morris, you've been doing your live shows, you've been saying all these things in uniform, you need to stop. And I'm like, all right, cool, fine. Now I'm not in my freaking regular uniform. Now I'm in my PTs and I'm doing the same thing. So when I continue to do that, I continue to put myself out there, even if I just subconsciously forget. And Kyrie,
Did you hear what you just said? In your situation, they said you say we disagree with what you're saying while you're saying it in Army affiliated wardrobe and garb.
Oh no, just a uniform. I mean, like not,
that's what I'm
not
saying.
affiliated. Yeah, but
So yeah. So okay, I just won't have anything military affiliated.
Right. Which
From a visual
which
standpoint.
yeah.
That's all I heard.
Yeah.
Like that's all I heard.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. But I said, but then my next example, I said because we got two sets of PT uniforms. We got the regular uniform, the uniform that everybody regularly sees, and then we got PTs for our physical trainer. But I said for the second example, I have on my PTs, but I forgot mentally, like, oh shit, because we have those things that happen where I'm on doing the videos and I'm saying all the things that I was told not to say in uniform and not realize that I'm technically still in uniform. So that's why I'm saying that Kyrie did.
If you can catch it beforehand, but after that,
yeah,
I understand that analogy with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, because the actual documentation, as far as what was actually quoted verbatim, the original transcript, it honestly gave no true affiliation one way or the other pertaining to the subject matter or the link. It was just a general third party proclamation of just, hey, it's out here, check it out.
Yeah.
And the fact that he at least took the time to forewarn that from his personal standpoint, some of the information and presentation is questionable, if not false. And he's still willing to, he's still putting the link out. He's acknowledging that, hey, you can't say that he fucked with it all. He fucked with the movie. He truly believed it. Because no, he said, hey, it's just something to make you think. Some of the shit, he said, in my personal opinion, some of the shit's wrong. There's some truth, but there's some lies too. But take it for take it as how you will. He didn't definitively say, he didn't treat it like the Bible. He didn't treat it like the Quran. He didn't say this the unabashed truth. Everything in here is without scrutiny and without falsities.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. So I'm not even gonna ask you a question. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. We also gotta realize a majority of the NBA are owned by Jewish people, or partners are Jewish people. Now, that's like us. Let's say if we own a commodity and somebody put up, let's say a white dude put up a link for Rise of a Nation. I mean, a Birth of a Nation, Rise of a Nation, a Birth of a Nation on their page. They may not be racist, but they posted out there. How would you feel?
I would ask, what was the original tweet? Well, because if it was presented anywhere close to how Kyrie presented it, I would look at it as a critic, as an impartial, unbiased participant.
I think
someone with no emotional connection or weight in the game either way.
But I know that you will react to it like that. But we all know the automatic outrage. If it was a black-owned entity, we had a white player.
With that particular thing, I'm definitely gonna be like, all right, who's this person? What's the text? Like, what's the tweet? All right, now let's go back and look at some other shit. Let's go do a little snooping, get a little MTV catfish on this.
I see what you're saying.
Because right now it's presented with a smidgen of salt of benefit of the doubt.
Right.
If this is a motherfucker that's saying provocative things from a third party, it's like trying to bring awareness to it, bring thought upon it, some kind of overall inevitable change and progress on whatever it is, no matter how controversial it might be, then all right, you give that motherfucker some weight. And that's kind of how I look at, to a certain degree, Kanye. I'm trying to give him that bit. The track record is sketchy, my nigga.
I can't give him benefit of the doubt. But going by what you were saying,
and here's the only reason, as a black man, here's the only reason I give him a benefit of the doubt when it comes to the whole Hitler shit. Because it goes back to my love of movies and why I say, if you really want to know the truth of history and how shit most likely truly really went down, go look at movies, go look at anything that's fact-based fiction, period pieces, because you're going to get a lot of truth revealed in the conversations. And the Glorious Bastards, everybody know that movie. They had somebody as Hitler and all his little rank, but they had a goddamn dinner where they was talking, and they were talking about America. At that time, the Olympics, so that would have been Jesse Owens.
Yep.
And the comment that Hitler said in reference, and Hitler said it, and then the character Goebbels regurgitated, basically paraphrasing to American gold is made in the weight of nigger sweat. Meaning America's success, America's victory, America's bounty is only achieved and maintained because of blacks, because of the effort and work the black that they forcibly brought over here, put into it. That's why America can talk the shit that they talk. That's what he was saying in that movie.
Yeah. And so
there has been certain things historically that have made that reference noble, because a actual Jewish person, Eli Roth, wrote that movie as well as the fucking dialogue for that movie. It was a Jewish person telling the world that Hitler only hated America because they were abusing the blacks, or as he called it, the true Jews. That's where all this shit came from. Hitler was the first one to say this shit, and that's an alternate theory as to why motherfuckers hated him and why he really was doing what the fuck he did. I can't speak really on it. I say the numbers I grew up knowing. Kind of, it's almost like.
Yeah. So for Kyrie, and I'm just gonna stand on it. So with that analogy that I said, like I would not go by quick reactions. I want to get all the details, and I probably would have done the same thing that you did. Is to go back and let's see the track record, because you have to see a track record of a person before we can pass judgment. So if this person had a record of doing that, yeah, he need to get dealt with. But if he doesn't, or he or she doesn't have that track record, and it's just this one time, then you can just pull him to the side, be like, dude, what the fuck were you thinking? And for Kyrie, in this case, you're in an environment where majority of the people in power don't look like us. And when you already got a target on your back, you got to tread lightly. I'm not sitting there telling you to be humble or anything like that. I want Kyrie to still be Kyrie. I still want Kyrie to be, open as he is about when he's talking about us. But also you have to read the room too. You have to understand that you are in a room where, yes, in the classroom, you have people that look like us. But the principle,
that's what I talk my most shit, though. That's what I talk my most. I'm sorry. That's when I talk my most shit. That's what I'm really about to show you, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So
put me in the room with all white people.
So the thing is, what I'm saying is, Kyrie, yes, you got your peers. You got LeBron James here. You got freaking Giannis right here. All these greats. You got Steph Curry sitting in the front. Yeah, you got all these NBA players around you, but look who's the teacher. Look who's the principal. Look who's the superintendent. Look who's part of the board. They don't look like us. And when they tell you, don't say this, don't do that, they mean that shit. And Kyrie just gotta learn just to be like, sometimes I don't need to put myself out there, but you still can be vocal. And so going to Kanye West is
it's funny, like as you explained the Kyrie situation, I honestly feel like at the end of the day, that's really what the fuck he did, because other than this whole COVID shit, it's only his notoriety and the fact that, somebody, Kyrie ain't doing it. Yeah. If somebody's making all this fucking money, still got enough common goddamn sense to worry about their fucking health.
Even though I had my dislike, I'm sorry, not the
BLM, the whole Black Lives Movement. He was just playing that shit just to feel like, I'm gonna step out, because how I might truly feel about it, really would put me in some shit either way, either or. Like if I say anything on it, then I'm fucked on one and both ends, racially and demographically. So it's better just to respectfully keep distance.
So but Kyrie knew what he was doing, just like what Kanye was doing.
I do not disagree.
Yeah, and
Do not
so
disagree with that.
I still say that what he was, all the punishment that he got was warranted because he knew he had a target on his back, and he poked the blade. He could have honestly just put it right there. I want people's critiques and all that stuff, but he forgot that the powers to be in the NBA is Jewish people, and if one get offended, they all get offended, and that's the thing, and that's one thing we have to understand, because they gonna think it's a splatter on their community, and then I know people probably gonna watch this, but people gonna come to me and be like, "Morris, you sound like a coon," but that's why I asked you the question. If we own the entity, and if we had somebody do the same thing, would y'all react in the same way that the Jewish people did? And I promise you, I will bet my whole
approach it to it.
But
I approach it to under this theory that was presented to me when it comes to what we see with this whole anti-Semitic shit and everything, and how we're the real Semites, the real Jews. The overall theory that I was presented, and it all boils down to Joshua and Jacob, first two sons of Abraham, aka Israel. It was Jerusalem. I can't remember the name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Joshua being the firstborn, Jacob being the second. Firstborn has the birthright off the rip. There's a story where Jacob tricked Joshua into giving up his birthright over a bowl of soup.
Mm-hmm.
By him accepting that soup, he relinquished his birthright and got away with it 4 times. And we talk about the descendants and how the 12 tribes and everything flowed out. The theory basically is white people, more specifically the Jewish people, are the overall descendants of Jacob, the thieves of the birthright. Because it couples that story with the temptation of Jesus and how the deal that was presented to Jesus by the devil, even though it stated that Jesus refused that deal, you still see the fruition of that deal played out. So who took the deal? And supposedly the Pharisees and the Sadducees, who were, it's a big old thing, but it's enough literature across the board to give it some validity and at least legitimate thought. So I look at it like, if there's any truth to that, that would explain why the Jewish people act the way that they act, because they know that it is true. And
but I'm sorry.
And me, like I said, type person I am, I would just flat out ask the most knowledgeable Jew, or that I could get close to that, and just flat out ask them that. Like, I'm pretty sure you've heard that.
Yeah, but I want to just jump in and just like on that part. But see, me and you, and I'm not gonna say not everybody would do that, but the thing is, they still gonna come out and they're gonna go off and be like, oh my gosh, he put out a racist tweet and all that stuff. They will react the same way that the Jewish community did. And that's the one thing that I want people to see as well. Because you know me, I keep the same energy on both sides. And I know I'm gonna be called the cool, sure. Whatever. I don't give a
I'll be called worse.
Yeah,
my mama called me worse. She still love me.
Right. And so the thing is, for me, is I keep that same energy. You know, I've been doing it on this show. Even with the things that I love, I keep the same energy and I criticize. We cannot, definitely majority of our own, when they was jumping on Kyrie and sitting there saying, well, the Jews are just ruining the world and all that stuff. I don't believe in that shit. Because if the roles were reversed, we wouldn't be complaining right now. Because if we had somebody saying something out of our name, putting out a documentary that offends us, we all will be going after that person and trying not to cancel
We
them,
still talking
but
shit about Birth of a Nation. So
right. And so one thing that we should be doing, I think one content creator said it right. While we sitting here whining and complaining, we should be taking notes. Look at how organized the Jewish community is. When they saw what Kyrie did, it wasn't about, oh, they jumping on a black man and black man with money. I was like, no. It's more than that. It is more than that. If you actually look at it actually for what it is and look at it deeper rather than on the surface, you understand that that's what's being on. That's beyond the code. That's like a covenant.
that is the equivalent of somebody coming and making statements about the eldest and most respected member of your family. Coming out there and saying your great aunt Cheryl wasn't shit and she was known as Jawbone in a heyday. I bet you and every fucking cousin you can't stand and ain't never spoke to, y'all be all in the same goddamn car, riding out, trying to find this motherfucker.
Yep. And
you definitely gonna hop on. Y'all definitely gonna, y'all motherfuckers gonna damn find each other out, be friends, just so you can get tagged in the damn statement, so you can put your goddamn 2 cents in and try to find out who the fuck this motherfucker is.
Right. And
that's pretty much what the Jews did.
Right. And Beast, I remember that one show that I actually watched the second season of, the Deep State, that cartoon, and you posted up that video where the president came into the car and they switched it out and they kidnapped the real one.
Snatch that nigga quick.
That's what the Jewish community did. That's what they did.
No time waste.
None. They're like this. Oh, you say something wrong? Got you. Definitely they find out that your sponsors, which Adidas, not Adidas, Nike, which is owned by a Jewish man, not too far away from me in Portland. Was it Eugene? Not Eugene, Portland, but it's near Portland. You saw what he did? Thank you. We don't need you no more.
That's See, I can get away with shit like that because shit like that is part of my brand. I say shit like that as a poor broke man.
Right.
Any given chance, but I say it in a very eloquent, articulate, and bravado, humorous-like fashion. So you don't really take a whole lot of weight into it, but you do admit that there's some truth to it, and it sounds nice, but it's funny too.
Right, and here's the thing too. For all these black folks that sitting there saying what Kyrie was done wrong and all that stuff, if you got a business, why don't you reach out to him and sponsor him? Yeah, that came out. No, dude, that came out. My hand to the sky. That wasn't even.
It's true.
Planning on saying that, but
no, it's a true response. It's a true response to the negativity. And my comment about my responses goes back to Kyrie. If I do that for the purpose of being put in situations like that, and pretty much being able to intellectually bullshit my way out of it. Because no matter how you truly feel about it, I have a track record of saying crazy shit, from extremely insightful and provocative and almost like philosophical to just somebody get this nigga a doctor and some lithium. So no matter what you feel at any given moment, you however you want to say, hey, yeah, I personally feel that way. Number one, I say a whole lot of crazy shit. Number two, I'm constantly inebriated to some level. My pee is forever dirty. My lungs are forever cloudy. So there's the argument of my cognitive level of validity once again.
Right. And
you don't really put a whole bunch of weight to a drunk man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put it like this. I'm putting this analogy with the Kyrie situation after is this.
Kyrie, you just need to act foolish, Mo. So when you say shit like this, they don't get mad. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
And basically, what's happening at the tail end of this controversy with Kyrie, if Kyrie went to jail, Why y'all sitting out there protesting, sitting there saying he don't deserve to be in jail? Who's gonna buy his bail? Who's gonna fund his bail? See, we don't ask questions like that.
No, you know why? Because the response is, shit, that nigga got money, he can make his own bail. I barely got enough money to cover one of the tickets to his game.
Booyah. Because Beast, I tell you this, and I know you would do this for me, but I'm gonna.
You see how that randomly rolled off the top of my fucking throat?
Mm-hmm. Ain't that
Pause.
Something? Right. And so here's the thing. Because I know you would do it for me if I was in the situation, but I would do it for you if you was in the situation. If Beast was at a freaking concert and he for some reason goes to jail because they told him don't sing this song, he have a CB4 moment where you cannot say sweat balls. And he sings that version of the song that they say we ban it. He gonna sing it. All his boys are in freaking jail right now. Only thing they need is bail. I will do whatever it takes to fucking get the bail money to you so you can be on bail. That's what you're supposed to do. We not only just because you're homies, you're brothers.
Oh no, and you know what? Because this is me, and I know me and how I respond to shit like that. So it would definitely be a CB4 moment. But worse, the moment that they tell me to my face, I can't do this, and it's something I know works for me. Like, you're going to tell me not to sing one of my most popular songs that got me the money and notoriety to get to this moment for you to fix your motherfucking face with the indignant, mitigated gall of inclination to say I can't do it. Okay. Just like the Kings of Comedy, money's already paid. And best believe I'm gonna go stall, go find a number to the chief of police, need to talk to him. Throw out at least this much. I'm gonna confirm it with Cash App. After that, I'm about to go out there and tell you, as I start, I want y'all to know that prior to me hitting this stage, I was told not to do a specific song. I'm gonna draw this shit out and make it so motherfucking dramatic. And I'm gonna do it as I look at that motherfucker like Lil' Kim when she was performing in Notorious. Yes, nigga, I'm doing it. Eat a motherfucking bag of billion dicks, nigga. You talk your shit. Oh, you gonna be arrested? No, the fuck I won't. I'm gonna talk even more shit because this nigga don't know. I already paid off the motherfucking chief of police and made a handsome donation to the Fraternal Order of Brothers.
Oh yeah, I realized something. When you donate to the Fraternal Order, it's like go ahead and let be some.
As I told the man earlier today, I'm the type of person. I'm petty and I'm spiteful, but I'm also methodical, and I ain't got no time, and I like to observe shit. So don't give me a fucking reason. Don't tell me. Don't be a dick for no fucking reason, and I haven't done anything to you. Cause I always try to be respectful, folk. That way, when I do fucking respond, I have legitimate leeway. Well, he was trying to be nice. He did try to avoid the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't get mad at him that he choked this motherfucker and tried to powerbomb him.
And speaking of that, Beast, I'm so grateful to finally say this because it's been a while. It is time for us to go into the community. Are you ready, sir?
Go on then, goddamn. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a seat. Once again, get in the car. Don't touch nothing. But get in the car. It is time for Beast Community.
Good evening. It's something I kind of been wanting to get off my chest for a little bit. And it's this whole thing about 50-50 when it comes to Black women. I want y'all to understand, as a man, And I mean that in the truest sense. As a man, as a traditionally born, bred, raised man, living in the modern world, when we say 50-50, this is what we mean. We mean we take care of the needs and you help with the wants. Men, if you're going to cohabitate with a man, it is his responsibility to maintain at least majority, if not wholeheartedly, the rent, and at least one to all of the major utilities, mainly lights and water. Wi-Fi is kind of a luxury, but a utility nonetheless. But that's kind of like where y'all can meet in the middle. It is the woman's job financially to help and assist, on her end at least, with the leisurely shit, such as the Wi-Fi, if there's no functional use for it, school and whatnot. Whatever streaming services that y'all might do, Spotify or whatnot, things of that nature. Because if you living with him and he paying at least $750 to $1,000 plus on the rent, when additional upwards of, when it's averaged out, $250 on the utilities, you can't afford the Hulu and Netflix. Help with the damn groceries. If y'all got particular diets, mainly get the things that you get and assist with the things that y'all both consume to make it easy on them. As far as shopping, you know what the fuck you can eat, what the fuck you can't. So buy that shit. Buy half of the shit that y'all both eat and consume, and then he can handle it on his end the same way. That's 50-50. That's the hunter-gatherer farmer dynamic. That's the whole traditional shit. I go out here and I get this shit, and I make sure we got a home to maintain it and store it, and you do something with it. You make it worth the effort. If I'm hunting and I bring a goddamn bison back, you make a meal out of it. Make some damn furniture, some pets, do whatever the fuck you can with this shit. Make it worth my effort of going out here and getting it for your ass. That's your half of the deal. In reality, I'm doing way fucking more. I'm doing 51 bare minimum, but it's 50-50 at the end of the day. That's what the fuck we're saying. That's what the fuck we're asking. That's what the fuck y'all really want. You're just not understanding or willing to accept how to apply it to your life and sacrifice the things that you usually want and try to designate as a need. That you could fall back on. And if you play the card right, you won't have to invest in it again, ever again, possibly. Because if you're living with me, you're helping with the bills, you're buying food and shit, you're actually making the home peaceful and worthy of coming home and relaxing after working to afford this shit. Hey, yeah, I'm gonna shoot you some money, go get your nail done or whatever like that. Hey, ain't a fucking problem. You don't have to demand it. We're willing to do it. We're just willing to do it for somebody that's worth the fucking money. I know she worth the little money she want for her mani-pedi. Why? Because if my fucking check show, she'll help cover the rent. And I ain't got to ask her. That's fucking 50-50. Come on now, work. That's all I'm saying. That's all most men are fucking saying. That's all we're trying to express to you. And if you can understand that, acknowledge that, you got a better chance of finding a man and the man that is truly for you. But you're going to have to put your motherfucking self in the proper position and get yourself physically, mentally, spiritually right to not only be with that man, but deal with that man and handle him at his greatest and his worst. Because trust and believe, that great man is built to handle you in the same way, in fact. So please, take these words, and I hope they help you. And come on back to the community anytime. Happy to come, happy to let you back once more. Happy to be back. And now I yield the floor.
First of all, it's great to have Beast back on the show from his break from his tour and all that stuff. It's good chopping up with you, Beast. Hopefully we have you much more on the show. My final thought is to Facebook. Facebook, y'all been coming real petty. And I also like to thank Beast because he's the one that been warning me. He warned me about them a long time ago because they kept flagging his stuff, sitting there, copyright, where is copyright infringement, all that stuff. They are still going back to all my videos, past videos, and saying copyright, to one video where they literally took out like 50% of the like the volume out, like majority of the show, because they was hearing music or something I had that dealt with copyrights. Like when I was doing the UFC watch party that I did I think it was this month, like whatever. The last time I did a watch party, and they literally had to take the volume out of my freaking show because they could hear the reactions on my phone. So, Facebook, this is what I'm going to tell you. You know the reason why y'all so hated right now is because of things like that. Y'all think y'all for the people, but the funny thing is you are clamor to the freaking big corporation faster than for us. If we sit there and we report something or saying that scammers, because I still get freaking scammers that are mainly from Nigeria that sit there and send me emails saying that, hey, give me your number. They're sitting there hacking my friend's freaking profile, sitting there saying, can I get your number? Can I get your number? Almost giving them their freaking numbers. I literally had one of them call me and cuss me out. And I was about to cuss them out, but I was in a meeting. Lucky I didn't. Just when I walked out, they hung up. So whoever did that, fuck you. But y'all will look out for the corporation more than you would do us. But then you want us to do this metaverse bullshit. Y'all are sickening. I'm not even going to blame this on capitalism, but this is what happens when you forget what got you here. Billions of freaking dollars that y'all make not every day. We talking about milliseconds now. Every millisecond you're making $1 million. You basically making Escobar money. That's the type of money I want to be making. Eventually I will. I want to be making that Escobar money where I'm making enough money that I'm sitting there, put monies in barrels and sitting there burying them in the back of the yard. That's the type of money I want to make, but that's the money that y'all making. Facebook is not what it used to be nowadays. It's not even what it used to be. It's not even fun. You can't even make a video and put your favorite song up on there without getting a copyright infringement, but still go buy the music. What sense does that freaking make? And here's the crazy thing too. Here's this. I found this out in freaking when I was in freaking Kentucky. One of the karaoke guys that I used to work with, he was a retired sergeant major, him and his wife. And they say they would go to Nashville and they would play music, ASCAP. Now, if y'all don't know what ASCAP is basically an organization that basically makes sure that the songwriters and the producers are getting their money, getting their cut every time a song is getting played. He literally was threatened by a representative from ASCAP because he was playing the music where illegal, well, I won't say illegally, playing the music without paying the royalties. And that he was playing out in the open when he was actually in a bar doing karaoke. That's Facebook right now. That's you, Facebook. I hopefully somebody's watching this. I know you are, Big Brother, whatever the hell y'all want to call yourselves. I hopefully y'all watching this. People like me who've been doing this for a hot minute. Now I won't say for a hot minute, for a very long time, as well as my boy Beast have been doing this for a very long time. And you sitting there giving us copyright infringements. But if we have an issue or a problem with somebody when it comes to us, y'all take y'all fucking time. How is that fair? Tell me the fairness in that. I've been wanting to talk about this for months. And I'm happy that I am saying something about it now. And I probably won't the first person. I probably won't be the last. But Facebook, it's going to be a time. You see what was happening with cancel culture, which I do agree with cancel culture, and people standing up to the machine. How you got people who's not out here working right now because they're barely getting freaking paid. What happened? And people just say they fed up with Facebook. And they decide to kick rocks on you. You don't think that's going to happen to you because you got over 1 billion? You saw what happened to that guy who had the FTX Bitcoin, right? He had all that money. And he lost all that money in one day. What makes you think that nobody or a handful of people would just decide just to get up and just leave you? Because I know y'all got probably, I'm just going to be generous. Y'all got over, 530 billion people that uses Facebook worldwide? What happened if that number drops to 100,000? 100 billion. Now, for me, on hindsight, that's not a lot. But within your ranks, that's a lot. 530 billion to 100 billion? That's a lot of sponsorship money leaving out your pockets that is left on the table. But don't think it won't happen to you. Just like with the banks, that old saying, y'all too big to fail. Keep believing that shit. Because eventually, you continue to do the things that y'all doing, that might happen. And hopefully you will come back to this video and say that, well, Morris, he said it the whole entire time. And I'm going to be here to watch it burn, to watch y'all numbers dwindle with my nice bourbon and with my cigar. And I invite Beast to come join me with his bass guitar and sing a tune in the background. I will hand him a cigar as well as some Hennessy. And watch Facebook destroy before our eyes. Facebook, if y'all don't change your ways and actually start giving a damn about content creators, because we already got the wet network up. And the only thing we got to do is give them a good alternative. But it's not about us. It's about you. But if you keep messing up, the chicken's going to start coming home to roost. And there could be nothing you can do about it. You thought sitting down in Congress for them hearings was something. Wait till you have to sit in front of us. And if we don't get our solutions, our demands met, you're going to be back to square one. And I cannot wait to see that day. I'm going to bring in Beast once again. I see that you was agreeing with the piece. Anything you want to add to that?
Everything you said is right. I appreciate you taking a more respectable gentleman's path approach to it. I'm more or less on my Joker shit. I have a personal vendetta against all of them. You remember Haps?
Mm-hmm.
This is my personal belief. This is my hill. I will stand on it and bathe myself in the blood of all you who disagree. But my personal opinion and belief is I am one of the reasons, if not possibly the main reason, just because I didn't notice anybody else doing what the fuck I was doing on there. But because of its infrastructure and the way it was able to bypass Facebook and Instagram and all that bullshit when it came to music copyrights, to where they couldn't mute the music, they couldn't stop the feed because it wasn't directly being fed through their systems. And then they fucked around and just said, they figured out how to just shut down the whole company basically. They made them shut down that version and redo it. Because now it's in beta.
Oh, Hemp's back?
It's they're trying to come back, but seeing as though I was just, that's the reason why I stopped, because I just went up there one day and it wasn't operating and it wouldn't let me do shit. And then I tried to re-download it and it was like, it is not operable. It don't exist. And it don't exist anymore. Only the beta, and the beta still is not functional to do what it did before. When it comes to, yep. And the fucked up thing about all of it is my drug-riddled ADHD mind has already figured out the way to solve it with existing materials. And the fact that I'm currently inebriated of cannabis and good Christian brothers.
Woo.
All I have to say is use the Shazam coding to be able to recognize audibly the songs, incorporate that into your fucking systems and your infrastructure when it comes to live. So any music that is played is automatically scanned. And it was already attributed to something that you're already getting money off of. It goes into an extra stream. So if I go live at a fucking party and the DJ playing shit, every fucking song that y'all scan and verify acts as an extra additional stream to said artist and said musical property that you are claiming entitled financial compensation for. I just gave you a way to get more money. Excuse me. Fuck you.
And there you have it. You know what, Beast, next time we go live, which I'm going to post it out there, put it in the messenger and all that stuff, we should do a FU to Facebook show.
I'm just going to keep talking shit and keep doing base and bakes and all that on live with Facebook. And I'm going to keep doing it until Warner Brothers or Sony sues me.
That sounds fair.
And then I'm going to pull a Willie. Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe Facebook. Then I'm going to pull a Willie. And if you don't know, we talk about Willie is one of the fellow owners and on the board. He's our programming and broadcasting director. But he's also an ingenious son of a bitch that got sued by Comcast Cable and won. And won to the point of not only financial compensation, but a contracting gig by court order. The judge basically said, you're better off having this nigga work for you than work against you.
And not to mention, he was on the show, and he's one of our not CEOs, one of the owners too as well. So think about that.
Just to let you know, we good on the tech end, baby.
Oh yeah.
So y'all come on through, because trust and believe. I'm about to start setting my shit up on there now.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of that, I'm gonna start putting my stuff on the Wet Network, but I'm gonna keep posting stuff out there for this whole entire week. But other than that, it's time to bid y'all an adieu. Beast, it's great that you came on the show, man. It's been wonderful.
Glad to make it, man.
Yeah. So, but other than that, I'm going ahead and finish up this game, ladies and gentlemen. As for my dog, my bruh, Beast Johnson, as well as me, your greatest host, Donnell Lamonte Morris. Thank y'all for tuning in. And Beast, smoke one for me, Drake one for me. I'm about to Drake one for you.
Definitely going to.
Yeah, so
one time for the one time.
Oh, yes, sir.
Glad to be back.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I need to give me some. I need to give me that E&J. I finished my last swallow last week.
I ain't had no Urkel Jenkins in a minute, boy.
Man, E&J. Whoo. Talk about something getting you lit. I need to give me some more Hennessy, but you know, enough about that. Time to let y'all go. We catch y'all later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah, I'm pippin', flippin', spittin' these lyrics. Got you feeling what I be saying like you caught the Holy Spirit now. I done went through some shit up in my past, but it fertilized my future. Now I'm harvesting my cash. I like 'em pretty, but they can't be hot, so did it. Talking like I'm gon' buy what you want, you think it's silly, girl.